Hey everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video. So a while back I did a video on Arnold render settings, and based on that video I got questions from you guys to do a follow-up video and to explain how to actually render out an animation. So how to do the render setup for that, how to render out the sequence, how to compile that into a video clip, right? So that's what we're going to do in this video. Before we dive in, if you enjoy my videos, a like is appreciated, a subscribe is even appreciated more. So make sure you don't miss out on future videos, right? Here we go. Okay, everybody, well, we're in Maya 2020, and in order for us to look at how to set up an animation render sequence, we need to have an animation, right? So let's set something up that is very, very simple. We're just going to take a ground plane. I'm going to hit R, I'm going to scale that out like so, and then we'll take a sphere, there we go, and we'll hit W and we'll move that up here. We'll jump to our FX menu, we're going to go up to Fields and Solvers. I'm going to add gravity to the sphere, and I'm going to go into my ground plane there and create a passive rigid body. Let's see what happens. There you go. Okay, now we don't need a lot of frames for this. I would say, I don't know, 100 should be more than enough. Most likely. Jump to frame 1, hit play. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe a little bit more. Let's do 140. Why not? Hit play again. It's okay. Okay, cool. All right, so we have an animation. Now, in order for us to render this out, we need to do a couple of things. First of all, do we want to have a separate camera, or are we going to render out our perspective view? This is obviously our perspective view. If I go to 4-way view, I can render this view, this view, this view, this view, or I could set up an independent camera. Now let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go to create. We're going to go to camera, and I'm just going to pull this back, pull this up a little bit like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go up here to panels, we're going to go to perspective, and we're going to select camera 1. So there you go. So let's see what this animation looks like through our camera 1. Jump back to frame 1, hit play. All right, there you go. So that's working, right? Now you need to keep that in mind. The reason for that is that once you set up your rendering, you not only set it up here, but you also set up in your render settings, okay? So we're going to jump back to our perspective view here, and first what we're going to do is we're going to set up our render settings, then we're going to set up our render sequence, then we're going to do the actual rendering, and then we're going to compile the actual movie, right? Okay, so render settings. We're going to go up to the little cogwheel thing up here, and we're going to start on the Common tab. All right, so when we do an animation rendering like this, what will happen is we'll get a whole bunch of individual still renders, if you will, that we have to put together to create an animation. And when we hit this render sequence, we're going to have 140 of these photos, right? So what we need to do is we need to come up with a name for this. So let's call this, I don't know, let's call this bouncing ball. Why not? Okay. Now the image format, what do we want to have the individual images be exported as? JPEG, PNG, and so forth. I'm going to choose PNG. Now here we're going to leave this alone, we're going to leave that alone, we're going to leave that alone. Color space, if you want to go out with your final video and do some editing, for example in Premiere or whatnot, you can choose to do a raw format. I'm just going to leave this alone, okay? Okay, now this one's pretty important here, frame, animation, extension, and so forth. Now, we have a name called bouncing ball. We have an image format called PNG, and we're going to have a sequence of numbers, frame 1, 2, 3, and so forth. So what we want is we want to have the separation of these three things. Now here I have the name, right, which would be bouncing ball. The hashtag here would be the number, so 1, 2, and so forth, and the extension would be PNG in our case. So I'm going to select that, right? And then up here you get an example, bouncing ball underscore 0001.png, and so forth and so on. Now, right now it's set to frame 1 to frame 10. We want 1 to 140 because that's what we selected. Yeah. And you can see it changes up there. Let's see what else. By frame 1, meaning that we want to render each and every individual frame. We don't want to skip any frames. You can do that. You can skip 1 and, for example, render on 2s. You can do that. But we're not going to do that. We're going to leave it alone. Let's see. Up here, frame padding is set to 4. That allows us to do 0, 0, 0, 1. If it were set to 2, it would be 0, 1. That's how that works, right? What camera do we want to render? Well, we actually just set up a camera, so we are going to select our camera 1. That's what we want. Leave all of that alone. Now, for the output, it's set to HD 540. You can set that to any size you like. Keep in mind, the bigger the file, the longer the render will take, right? So let's not go crazy here. Let's just do 1080. And then you'll get this size, 1920 by 1080, resolution 72 is okay. Leave all of that alone. Then we're going to jump to our Arnold renderer setup. Now, typically if you want a better quality, you're going to bump up the camera samples here. It's set to 3. I typically set this to 8, right? Now keep in mind that the render time will, become much longer, of course. The others I'm going to leave at 2 because I don't have any subsurface scattering, I don't have any smoke, I don't have any reflection, I don't have any of that, right? So I'm just going to leave it alone, but normally you would have a look at that. I'm going to go down to textures right here. It says auto convert textures to TX, turn that off. Then I'm going to jump to my systems tab. I don't want to render with my CPU but with my GPU, and we can do that now in Maya 2020. Let's see what else. Select my GPU, the one that I want to use. Yep, there we go. Let's see, we're going to leave all of this alone, leave all of that alone, leave all of that alone. All good, good, good. And then we're not going to use this. Well, we can turn on the denoise on Arnold. If you have an NVIDIA card, you can do that. And then other than that, I'm good. All right, so these are the render settings. Now, just to give you an idea what a render might look like, I'm just going to go up to Arnold view here, open up that window, and then go to run IPR. Now, you're not seeing anything for the simple reason that we don't have any light in our scene, right? So let's fix that. And yeah. Okay, so we're getting an error down here. It says denoising AOVs can only be rendered in EXR, right? So we're going to turn that off. And if we go to render settings up here, here's where I had that denoiser. I'm going to turn that off. Apparently you need EXR to do that, but that's fine, right? Okay, so let me show you a quick example here. Our render turned out black. So we're going to go to Arnold. We're going to go to lights, and let's do a physical sky. And immediately as we do that, you see that we now have light in our scene. And here also you can see that right now we are rendering our perspective view. So I want camera shape 1. That's the one I want, right? Now we're not seeing the ball because it's too high up. We're only going to see the ball when it bounces, but we at least can see that everything is good. Now if you're not happy with that, what you can do is select the camera, move that up. There's the ball, and then move the whole thing back quite a bit, so we can kind of see the whole thing. We're going to jump to frame 1. We're going to hit play, and let's see if this guy is set to IPR rendering. It is, yeah. So jump back to frame 1, hit play. Might take a bit on the IPR, but that's okay. Right, so we want that to be a bit lower, right? So we're going to take this guy, we're going to hit escape, we're going to push that down a little bit. And then we're going to go in here, perspective, camera 1. Yeah, we should be fine. Okay. All right, so now that we have all that, what we're going to do next is we're going to go and set up our render sequence. Now for that, we're going to go to our rendering tab right there. Then we're going to go up here to render, and what we're going to look for is render sequence. hit the option box. Make sure you have your camera 1 selected. Everything else, I'm going to leave that alone. And once you're convinced that everything is set up correctly, what we're going to do next is we are going to render sequence. Here we go. Okay, everybody, so we have all 140 frames done, and I'll just show you. So I'll pull in the render window here. Frame 140 done, and 4 seconds of frame, so you can kind of calculate how long it took. Yeah. And yeah, what we're going to do next is we are going to pull up FCheck. And you might wonder what that is. Well, FCheck is an app that's built into Maya that will allow you to quickly put these together to get a sense of what your animation looks like, right? So we're going to go up to File, we're going to go Open Animation, right? We're going to go to Users, Micromis, Documents, Maya, Projects, Default, and then we're going to go and look for images. Where do you go? And they should be right here. There you go. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to select the first one because we select an animation. So FCheck knows exactly that they need to load this all up, right? So we're going to click on Open. Give that a sec. And the first time will be a bit rough because it's just caching that. And you can see the frames running in the top there. So 75, 77, and so forth. And as you can see, there was really no need to do all 140 frames, but that's fine. It's done. And yeah, we'll just have it run to a 140, and now you will see it in a much smoother play, right? Okay, so that's that. But the thing is, we don't want to see it here. What we want is to stitch it together as a video, right? So we're going to shut this guy down. We're going to open up Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro. All right, we're going to click on New Project, and you can give this a name and save it and so forth. I don't necessarily want to save this project, just want to save the output, right? So everything else I'm going to leave as default. I click on OK, and there we go. Wait for this to load up. And now what we're going to do is we're going to import our images. So I'm going to go to File, I'm going to go to Import. Okay, everybody, so here's our whole lineup here. What we're going to do is we're going to select just the first image, right? So that's frame number 1. We're going to select just that one and make sure you click on this little thing down here where it says Image Sequence, okay? Now we're going to click on that. We're going to click on Open. We'll give it a sec. And it will basically compile it over here. Then we can just drag it over to our timeline. There we go. So right now, if we hit play, there's our animation. Now you're probably wondering, how do I get this out of Premiere Pro and saved as a media file? Well, that's pretty easy. We're going to go up to File, we're going to go to Export, we're going to go to Media, and let me just go and choose a location and a name. So I'm going to click on this, I'm going to save it on my desktop. Let's call this Final Video Ball. I'm going to save it as an MP4. You can do that, right? Save that out. Then you have all the settings you can play with. I'm going to leave these at default. I have my format at H.264 set up. Yeah, highest bit rate. This is what I always use. Here are all the settings, and yeah, happy with that. So I'm just going to click on Export. Shouldn't take too long. There we go. So now the final output video should be on my desktop. Let's check it out. And here it is, right in the middle. Let's play it. Okay, everybody. Well, that's all there's to it. So hopefully this answered your question how to do a render of an animation in my 2020. If you have any questions, as always, please let me know. Don't forget to hit that bell thing if you want to stay notified of new videos, and hit subscribe if you enjoyed the video, right? Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.